Hi there everyone, this is Laura here from Laura's Creative Pages and Cards, and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I want to share with you how amazing this particular set is, called Filled with Fun, and it is a stamp set, and I've also got the coordinating die cut set as well. And I'm going to share with you how to create this beautiful little sweet treat box using the die cut component of this set. But before I get into that, I just want to share with you how amazing the stamp set is as well. So it's definitely a set worth owning, both the die cut and the stamp set, and as a bundle you can get it discounted, which is just fantastic. So let's jump straight into creating this so that you too can jump in and make yours. So I've just put here all the components. So all of these components here are all cut from the die cuts. So we have 2 sets of the rails, 2 sets of the carriage part, we've got 2 handles, and then we've got 4 wheels. And so all of them are found here on the die cut set, okay? So it's lovely and easy, and I just absolutely love these rails here, how they've got all that texture in them once it's die cut out. So we're not actually going to use any of the stamp set, just the dies. Then we've got 2 extra components here that are cut from cardstock. This piece here is 8 by 1 5/8. And this one here, the measurement is, you find the 2.5 and then you just move it just a smidge less than 2.5, like a smidge less than 2.5. And the other width is, once you find the 1 1/4, go 1 smidge less than 1 1/4. And basically the reason why is because it's just going to fit on the inside of the box. So you just need it a smidge smaller than what the box is going to end up. So let's get to creating. So let's move that all off of there. So the first thing we need to do is we need to take, what I'm going to do is adhere these components together first so that they can dry while I'm doing the rest of the part. So what we need to do is just attach these bits here on here like this, and I basically just, when I attach it, I simply want where that gap is to just cover like that to make it as high as possible. So I'm just going to run a little bit of glue along the back here like so, and I'm not going to worry about the top half, okay? And I'm just going to attach that down here onto my little wagon, and that will dry clear, which is brilliant. So I'm just going to put that one aside to dry, and then I'm going to do the same thing for the second component. So I'm doing them first so that they dry while we do all the scoring. Okay, so it's a fun little project, and I can imagine having them as little gift boxes. You could even have them at Christmas time and make them little Christmas wagons, whatever it might be. Have the little banner in Christmas green. Okay, and then the other thing I'm going to stick together is I'm going to take the 2 handles. They are just going to go directly on top of each other. And then I'm just going to pinch here at the end and just turn out. So it's like a split pin. So that's where I don't want any glue. And then I'm just going to stick it together because that's how I'm going to attach it to my little wagon. So I'm going to put these components together as well so they too can dry whilst we are doing all the scoring. So it just makes for smart creating so that we're not waiting on the glue dry time if we've already pre-scored. So let's just set them aside to dry. All right, move these out of the way for a sec. Bring in this one. It's very small, I know, for a box. So basically what we're going to do is score it. Let me just move that down here. We're going to make the first score at 2.5. And then I'm just going to move my score line onto the 1 1/4, which makes it 3 3/4. Then I'm going to move it to 2.5 again. I'm going to move that score line onto 2.5, which now makes it at 6 1/4. And then I just need to score it one more time, and I'm going to move this onto the 1 1/4 mark, which makes it 7 1/2, which should leave me a 1/2 inch there, which is what I'm going to attach the box together. And then what I need to do is just line this up and score it. I've turned it over by accident, haven't I? No, I haven't. Oh, good. And then I just need to score this here at 7/8. Okay, 7/8 is where I'm scoring that at. And that is all the scoring we need. Okay, so then I'm just going to burnish it on every one of those fold lines. So I'm actually folding it over the lump, not into the valley, walking over the mountain for all my scoring. And get every one of those folded nicely. So we're essentially just creating a little tiny box that's going to go between my little cart walls. Okay, all right, so that's that. So I've done all the folding and all the scoring. So the 7/8 is the height of it, and the rest of it is what's going to go underneath to join the box. So I'm just going to take this little tab off at the bottom, okay, and then I'm just going to put a very tiny slit, like a little triangle removed, in between every one of these. So these are what's going to join the base of the box together. So very simple. Probably all made millions of boxes like this. All right, so then I'm going to fold this tab in and just put a small amount of adhesive on it, just making sure I don't squeeze too hard. And of course I did. All right, a little bit of adhesive. And then all I need to do is bring that over and attach it over the top. Okay, and then just squeeze it down to make sure it's attached. Would help if I hold it just for a few seconds. Okay, and then just pop it out. And then all of these are going to get folded in. So I'm going to fold in the two smaller tabs first, and I'm going to put glue adhesive over this one. And it doesn't matter if there's a little bit where the hole and gap is, because we're going to put that other red piece inside the center and cover that. So that's the first bottom piece, and then we'll just grab the adhesive and glue this second one where it will overlap a little bit, and it does only overlap a little bit, and that's okay. So now you can see there is adhesive in the bottom, and that's why we're just going to take this small rectangle that we cut out, which, like I said, is just a smidgy smaller than the 2.5 and a smidgy smaller than the 2.25, and just pop that in there, and that just covers up that overlap and just creates a beautiful little box. Okay, then the next thing we're going to do is attach this to the side. Okay, and I am going to attach it first before I attach the wheels, so I know exactly where to put the wheels. Okay, so I'm going to put the adhesive on the side of the box rather than on the piece that's coming over onto it, so that I know I'm not overdoing the glue. And I'm just going to attach that to the side with a similar spacing, overhang should I say, a similar overhang. Let me see if I can turn it around that way. So there's a little bit of an overhang on each side, so I'll just have that overhanging and then just press it on in there. So you can also use a really strong double-sided tape if you don't want to use glue, whatever takes your fancy. And I'm going to put some glue on this side now, and just take that panel and just replicate what I did on the other side and try and line up that overhang to be equal. And then the same thing, just turn it over and press it on down. So as you can see, it's really come together quite quickly. It's not a difficult project, and I think the basis of that is because we've got all those die cuts, so it makes it nice and quick. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is attach the wheels. So I'm just going to, on the inside of the hub here, is put some adhesive, like so, on that side and also on this side. Now it is handy if you've got a grid to lay it down so that's flush, and then just place a wheel on, because we don't always get it exact. Now I'm just going to move that wheel down so that's on a line, and ensure that when I get this one on, that it's also meeting on the line, which it is, which is fantastic. And then that will just mean it will help it to stand up straight, which is great. Then I'm just going to turn it over and put adhesive on the inside of this hub as well. Don't fret too much if you do get a little squeeze out of glue, because this does dry clear. Okay, and we're going to just pop that wheel on that side, like so. Make sure it lines up. And then stick the other one on the other side as well, which is fantastic. Okay, so we've got our 4 little wheels and it can stand up, which is a really good start. And then I'm just going to put a little dot of glue on the center of each wheel and then just bring in the center piece and attach it. It's all these little finer details that really bring the project to life, and I love that they're all die cuts. They were so easy to pre-cut. All right, so that's that side. We'll just pop the centers into this middle. So nothing's too hard on this little project. If you're going to make multiple, just have, you know, multiple of them cut out, and you can stop in between each layer and let them all dry, which would make it much easier than trying to go too fast. Okay, so that's all of that there. Now I've got here the little banner. It's entirely optional. You can leave it as is, or you could grab a black fine tip pen and just draw a little bit of detail on it. So I'm just going to leave that aside for a minute. Then we've got the handle. So the only thing left to do now, and I probably would wait for it to dry a little bit, but I'm just going to continue while we've got the video running, is you just grab each end and you just really bend it over and then just pinch in the corner and give it a really good crease. Okay, so you're just pinching it, and then you're just going to put a little bit of adhesive underneath there to stick it down. So I'll go around all 4 corners. So bend it over and just pinch it at the corner. Okay, just squares it off, and you can see it just really finishes off this project by getting it to go around the corner. And the last corner here. So you can just run a really small drizzle of glue. I'd probably even squeeze the glue onto a bit of cling wrap or something, and then just cotton butter under there. So so that is the 4 corners, and then I'm just going to put a little dot of glue in each corner of the wagon, and then that there is what my banner is going to attach to, just on each corner. Look at how cute that is as it goes on. So sweet. And then the last thing that we want to attach is the little handle. So like I said, it's glued together perfectly now. We've got like a little split pin here. So we're just going to put a little dob of glue on each part of that split pin, and then just hold it and attach it to the end of the cart like so. And there we have, oh, didn't hold it for long enough, so impatient. That there is your little gift cart used with the die cuts that are, you know, designed to go on a flat project, but you can easily turn it into the sweetest little 3D project and create something sweet. You could even leave the handle off and just have it like a train, a set of carriages. The possibilities are really endless, and don't forget you can even use it for all of your artwork, be it card making, or I've even added this onto a scrapbook layout, and it's just fantastic. So thank you very much for joining me here. I hope you enjoy putting together your own little 3D carts. Bye.